There are 294 sitting members of Congress that have accepted contributions from the NRA, and that doesn't even include the millions of dollars from outside lobbying. So before I get up here in my liberal bubble and I ask for gun control and universal background checks and banning assault rifles, we got to be able to have the conversation. And right now, specifically Congress has blocked legislation for the CDC to study gun-related violence. We can't even talk about the issue with real statistics and facts. So I don't know if this is like a Kickstarter thing, but if $3.7 million can buy political influence to take lives, if we raised $4 million, would you guys take that to save lives?
Lobbying.
Lobbyists?
Lobbyists.
Lobbyists. Lobbyists.
Interest group politics diminishes American democracy because some interest groups are so powerful that their voices are able to crowd out all the others. And in America today, the people with the loudest voices are the wealthy.
I'm going to quote the Princeton study directly here. The preferences of the average American appear to have only a minuscule, near zero, statistically non-significant impact upon public policy.
Is that the essence of democracy? I think no.
Because while some lobbyists work for Planned Parenthood and fight climate change, others are tapeworm ticks that feed on the tears of children, which are then sold to Saudi Arabian oil brokers.
When we would become friendly with an office and they were important to us, I would say, or my staff would say to him or her at some point, you know, when you're done working on the Hill, we'd very much like you to consider coming to work for us. Now, the moment I said that to them, that was it. We owned them. And what does that mean? Every request from our office, every request of our clients, everything that we want, they're going to do.
Yes, we participate in everything that's legal for us to participate in, you know. We have a PAC.
A number of our staff, including myself, are registered federal lobbyists.
We will organize a fundraiser for Member X.
We operate a political action committee.
We'll ask the various agricultural groups to make contributions.
We try to earn a seat at the table.
Blocking and tackling.
If you're going to play in the game, you got to play by the rules.
The hardcore work of lobbying.
It's our system.
What do they get? Well, at least they get access. And in Washington, access is everything. It's this almost extortion or implicit extortion where the government turns to the private person whom he's regulating and says, you've got to help me get into office. And in some sense, the private person likes that because he likes having the favor.
I understand how money greases the skids in Washington, because it does.
It's the big forces that are beating us. They elect people with their money. They help them in office with their lobbying, and therefore they get advantages that the rest of the people don't get.
Not only can people do this now, but organizations can do it. Unions and corporations and trade associations and any other kinds of entity can make these same independent expenditures. So now you put these two things together. I can't be limited if I join together with a group, and there's no restriction on the source of the funds as long as we're independent. Now you've got the circumstance, the situation.
The Chief Justice and the Associate Justices of the Supreme Court. The President of the United States.
Thank you very much. With all due deference to separation of powers, last week the Supreme Court reversed a century of law that I believe will open the floodgates for special interests, including foreign corporations, to spend without limit in our elections. I don't think American elections should be bankrolled by America's most powerful interests.
I was shocked at the fact that they thought corporations were people.
The court said that as long as it's independent spending, it can't be corrupting. Give the money directly to the candidate, you can't give more than $2,500 per election. Give the money to this super PAC out there that is advancing the goals of the same candidate, and you can give an unlimited amount of money, and some folks are giving
politics is a area that requires an awful lot of money, and lobbyists are close to the process. They understand that, and so they become a natural place for candidates to go to raise the money. But I think that as a result, that they have become far too much of the process of raising money, and therefore it would be better for the whole system for lobbyists not to have to be the people who are primarily financial contributors to political candidates.
Money is a weapon. It doesn't add to the debate. It doesn't increase the number of Americans. And the very rich and powerful have more of it than anybody else. Let me put it another way. They have more guns than anybody. Who wins those battles? I would like you to do something different. I would like you to bring a check, but not $35,800 on Wall Street, $60, and have your neighbor do that, and have 1 million people do that, and then 5 million people do that, and then guess who runs the country? The people do. I thought that's what the Constitution said. I thought that's what the Declaration of Independence said. Well, let me repeat what it says. It says, we will not stand the tyranny of a king. We will not live in a country where there are classes of people, the very rich and the very poor. What has America become?